Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Talking Wrestling TXN. It's Gordo MF Michael Fletcher alongside Anthony Florio, and wow, what a night! Um, we're gonna definitely be talking about this one for years to come. I definitely tell you that, ladies and gentlemen. It is the recap of the Elimination Chamber that went down from the Rogers Center in Toronto, Ontario, Canada tonight, and yeah, we got a lot to talk about here and not a lot of time. So here we go, guys. We started it off with the women's elimination chamber match. That basically started the whole thing off. We had, in no particular order, Bianca Belair. We had Naomi. We had Alexa Bliss. We had Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez, and Bailey. And even before the match even got started, we got a little bit of a shocking appearance. Jade Cargill made her return, to WWE, and she went after Naomi. She jumped Naomi right out of the gate, and Naomi was taken out of the fight. She was unable to compete. She was deemed eliminated, basically because of Jade Cargill beating her up. So she was officially out of the fight, and lucky for lucky for Liv Morgan, he didn't need to wait. He could just sit back and relax and wait till the next pod opened. The third pod that opened was Bianca Belair. Then Roxanne Perez came out. Bailey came out, and Alexa Bliss came out last. Bailey was eliminated by Liv Morgan. Roxanne Perez was eliminated by Alexa Bliss. Then Alexa Bliss got eliminated by Liv Morgan. That left Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair as the final two. Winner of the bout in 29 minutes and 15 seconds. Bianca Belair wins the Elimination Chamber. She is going to WrestleMania, and now she waits the winner of the match on Monday night between Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, and the winner of that match goes on to face Bianca for the women's world title. All right. This was an excellent women's chamber fight. I thought the match was solid. It was really good for the most part. The outcome was never in doubt. I think Anthony Flory and myself, we both said that Bianca Belair was going to win the match, and she did. Am I surprised of the outcome? No. Am I surprised how it went down? In a way, yes, but in a way, no. Um, to see how it played out, I thought they did a really good job with it. This was a fine matchup. Nothing more to say. Anthony Florio, come on in. Bianca Belair wins the Women's Elimination Chamber. She is going to WrestleMania.
And what is your star rating, MF?
I'll give this 4.
Yeah, 4 is right. This was a fun chamber match from start to finish. Although some fans may be upset that that Naomi was taken out before it started. Other than that, the crowd was hyped for everything. Bianca Belair winning was the right choice, but how the story unfolds with her, Naomi, and Jade Cargill is going to be interesting to watch. And Bianca Belair did a great job looking emotional after her tag team partner and a close friend was taken out. Liv Morgan is so used to being the smaller competitor that it must have been a nice change for her to outside Roxanne Perez. Morgan got the worst of the EST's dive off the pod, but the hair whip did more damage to her stomach. And the way Morgan used Belair's braid to send her into the cage several times was brilliant. That hair whip will never get tired of that spot. And my apologies. I just got a text message from Michael Bullock. he has to be up early tomorrow morning for a Special Olympics basketball tournament. So Bullock will not be joining us tonight. So no problem at all. And we'll go from there. So but getting back to my trade of thought before I got that text from Bullock. A solid 4-star match, like I said, and Belair winning, no doubt about it. We get the match that we should have had 2 years ago. Okay, so yep. So all right. So the hair whip. That's what I was thinking about. The hair whip spot. I mean, we never get tired of it. I mean, every time we hear it, MF and I do our obligatory "whoa" together, and then I ask, "Did you hear that?"
Yeah, did you feel that? My God, and yeah, it was. Yeah. You know what? I want to give a big shout out to one of my friends who's actually here. That's Jake Turner. He's called Trash Panda. If you guys have ever seen WLW, go out of your way to watch this. This is a E-Fed WWE 2K24, soon to be 2K25. He is one of the guys and I might even drop a link on his channel so you guys watch it. It's amazing wrestling. I want to give him a shout out and the whole 9 yards. And thanks, Jake. I'm doing really good, man. To piggyback off what you said, Anthony, without a doubt, that I was watching it with everything going on, and we'll get into that, Jake. Yeah, we'll get into that. So what I'm going to talk about was that spot with the hair whip. I was watching it on the Discord group with Jake and a few of our friends, and we all were freaking out over that hair whip. And the thing is, every time you hear that whiplash, and that is real, folks, that is her hair whipping on somebody's skin, and you saw the welt right on Liv Morgan. And the one moment that makes me remind me of was WrestleMania when Sasha Banks got hair whipped in that closing moments of that championship fight, and you heard that whip go off, and everybody was freaking out. So yeah, I mean, that hair is there's no joke with that hair, man. Don't mess with Bianca's hair because she's already warned you how many times not to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So all right, so let's try to make sense of some of these things here. I mean, first things first, Jade Cargill going after Naomi. I mean, Michael Bullock, he said it in our messenger chat, guilty as charged, Naomi. So
yeah,
yep. So I think this is going to set up a WrestleMania match with Jade Cargill and Naomi, and we'll see how Bianca ties into that. Now Bianca Belair has what Jesse Ventura always used to call double indemnity back in the day. Bianca's got literally double indemnity here. She wins the chamber match. She's now gonna go on to challenge for the Women's World Championship at WrestleMania. But on top of that, now she's got a deal. Now she's also gonna have Jade Cargill and Naomi on her mind.
Yeah.
How is Bianca's road to WrestleMania, which should have been clear as day, where you could fully focus on the Women's World Championship? Now, how can she focus on the Women's World Championship when her tag team partner got taken out by Naomi, or Naomi got taken out by Jade Cargill here tonight?
Yeah. And now you can confirm possibly Jade Cargill versus Naomi now for WrestleMania.
Definitely.
And so we could see that. So Jake just asked me a question. He wants me point blank to ask you,
Okay.
Io or Rhea for Monday night?
Rhea.
I agree. I think it's going to be Rhea Ripley. So I think that could be the.
To give us the match we should have gotten 2 years ago.
I think, yeah, I agree with that.
Because
So
remember, Rhea Ripley won the Women's Royal Rumble. We all thought she was gonna go after Bianca because she was on Raw, but then she deferred to SmackDown and went after Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship, leaving us asking why Charlotte? Bianca was right there. But at the end of the day, there was no harm, no foul. It turned out to be a great thing because we only ended up getting the greatest women's match in WrestleMania history with
on the
Rhea
women's side, yes,
the
I remember.
five-star Shakespearean drama. So
So
go out of your way to see it.
mhm.
And I know I will be because I'll be doing my road to WrestleMania later this month. So
Yeah,
reliving 40 years of WrestleMania. So and always exciting when I get to do that. I look forward to doing that every single year. But
yeah,
this year especially. But
yeah.
But anyways, let's see here. Four solid 4 stars for the match. Outcome never in doubt. But credit to Bianca Belair. You saw how hysterical she was after Jay took out Naomi. You saw how hysterical.
Yeah,
A normal person wouldn't be able to go on in a moment like that. But credit to Bianca Belair for her toughness, her resiliency, and I don't know if I would go as far as to call it a heart and gut situation, but this is definitely a resiliency situation. I mean, to overcome to overcome her partner getting taken out right at the get-go, her being an emotional hot mess, and still somehow finding a way to overcome all of that and win this match. Credit to Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
I mean, I already had immense respect for her and her abilities, but my respect for that young lady, for that baby girl, I'll tell you what, just went up tenfold after that. If it was me, I don't know if I could have gone on, but the way that she did, much props to you. Much props to you, Bianca. Well done. So,
and one other person I also want to give a lot of respect to and a lot of love, Liv Morgan.
yes.
My God, the bumps she took in this match. I mean, from the hair whip to getting thrown into the pods to just for all these women. Let's give props to all these women
Absolutely.
for the amazing performances. But even Jake Turner just talked about it. Liv Morgan was a trooper, especially
Bianca
because
too.
the match that especially what she took with the bumps she took in this matchup, like you notice the marks, the black and blue marks on it, and then the whip, you see that outlining of that cut that she got from that hair attack. So yeah, Liv. Dom, you might want to rub her down and then some tonight because I'm sorry, Liv is going to be our hurting unit, as they would say right now.
She'll be feeling that in the morning.
Oh yeah.
JBL always said it. There's nothing in that chamber that does not hurt.
Yeah.
And
so
you saw it in both matches here tonight. So all right. So solid 4 stars. Bianca, congratulations to her.
Yep.
To tie up the loose ends. Bianca versus the Women's World Champion. We both agree it's going to be Rhea. At WrestleMania. Naomi versus Jade Cargill. I think we can pencil that in for WrestleMania now. And I'll even go as far as to pencil in Bayley versus Roxanne Perez at WrestleMania.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to get that one more time. Yes.
And a rumor I heard, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to defend the women's tag team championships against the reunited and part of the Wyatt Six, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross.
Now, that was also an interesting thing because remember remember Alexa got taken out in that match. She got eliminated by Liv Morgan in that. So maybe that might have just planted a seed there.
I think
Maybe
so.
with Liv in because of that little scenario. Maybe it's possible. We could see that. Yeah.
Definitely. So those are the tie-ups coming out of Mania. Belair winning, no big surprise, but the main talking point, of course, Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
Maybe the most exciting open to a chamber match you will ever see on either side. So, oh wow.
So
4 stars. Congrats to Bianca. So can't wait to see her and Rhea tear it down at Mania like we should have had 2 years ago. So, but now we waited 2 years, and now we're finally going to get it. Let's go. So,
all right, next up we have here is we got the women's tag team fight. It was Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus going up against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. It was Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus winning the match in 11 minutes and 40 seconds. Anthony Florio, it's yours.
By default, keywords, by default, this was the worst fight of the night, even though there was nothing remotely wrong with it at all. It's just this card was too stacked. Way too stacked. Solid 3 1/4, teetering on 3 1/2. I gotta talk about Trish here. There were times when it looked like Trish was hesitant to do something, but then other times when she threw herself into the move she was doing, it took her a little time to get comfortable in the ring again, but she got there eventually. After a hot start, there was a bit of a lull in the middle of the bout, but they eventually started picking up the pace again. While the match was bookended by some entertaining action, it felt like they slowed down too much in the middle. Tiffany Stratton able to pick up the win with the prettiest moonsault ever on Nia Jax. Brilliant. I told you last night, MF, Tiffany needed this win more than anybody, and she got it. And to have her go over on Nia Jax, that's even better. So I'm glad that they made Tiffany that they gave Tiffany the rub here, and I'm glad Charlotte didn't get involved. Bullock teased an outside chance of Charlotte possibly getting involved. He thought, what if Charlotte gets involved? I'm like, well, there is a possibility, but thankfully that did not happen. So Tiffany will now have her finally get some momentum here, and now we can hopefully we can have even booking here. We don't want to have a one-sided affair here. So that was great. The way Nia Jax lifted up Trish Stratus and swung her head into the middle turnbuckle was nasty. And the Stratus faction, Trish tried to hit from the top rope, did not go as planned. So, but by default, worst fight of the night. Like I said, nothing wrong with it. It's just, like I said, this card was too loaded. So, perfect cool down here. 3 1/4, solid 3 1/4, right around that 3 1/4, 3 1/2 threshold. But they got this one right. And I'm glad that Tiffany got the moment. She deserved it. She needed it, and she got it. So that's good. So she needed the momentum. So not much more to say. MF, by default, worst fight of the night. But then again, this card was too loaded.
Yeah, it was really loaded. It was a big fight card, no doubt about it. But, at the end of the day, they did the right decision here. Tiffany winning the match was necessary, like you said, to give her the momentum heading into WrestleMania. And now she gets it. So now she's focused on Charlotte Flair in that matchup. This is about 3 stars for me. I think they did a really good job with it. So next up we had was non-sanctioned Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens winning the match. 27 minutes, 35 seconds. At the point, this was fight of the night. 5-star classic. This was brutal of a match. When they talked about non-sanction, boy, they went there and then some. The ending of this match was so brutal. There's no words. There were no words to the end of the match. That's exactly what it was supposed to be. We knew it was going to be ugly. We knew it was going to be bad. And it's just the ending itself was so brutal. I mean, we at certain points we were even yelling, "Stop the fight! Stop the fight! Stop the fight!" Um, because it was getting uncomfortable. And sometimes that's what non-sanctioned fights are meant to be, to the point where it does get uncomfortable, where we kind of are like, "Oh my God, what did it like?" Like it's to that point of no return, and they went there tonight. There was a spot where Kevin Owens got put, two chairs set it up, a chair wrapped in barbed wire, and Kevin Owens got blue thunder bombed right through that chair. I was like, oh my freaking God. And I said it just like that. It just was like, I was like, where's the point of insanity with this one? And without a doubt, that was the highlight for me. And then Kevin Owens wins. Great. Kevin Owens came back. He unwrapped the padding to expose the concrete, and we're thinking, oh no, he's going to do the package pile driver on Sammy outside the ring to that expose, until Randy Orton showed up. Orton started brawling with Kevin Owens, and you saw a side of Orton where he almost went non-sanctioned, and he went for a move that I have not seen him do in about maybe 10 years. He was about to plank Kevin Owens' fucking head off. If it wasn't for the security to jump in and stop Orton and pull Owens out of the ring, Orton was going to punt his head off. And quite frankly, at that point, I went in cerebral viper mode, and I was pissed that Owens did not get his head ripped off. For everything that Orton went through, and what Kevin Owens did to Randy Orton, ooh, I wanted Orton to get that ultimate revenge. And I even was yelling at that Discord with Jake Turner. I was like, Orton should have punted his fucking head off. Son of a bitch that he didn't get to do it. Because, dude, I was in Viper mode at that point. When Orton came out, I went into that zone. I was thinking like Orton, I am going to F him up. I don't give a crap. That kind of mentality came out, and oh my God, man. Even Florio was like, whoa, MF, calm down. And, yeah, it got that serious, man. So 5 stars, fight of the night. Nothing more to say. Anthony Florio, it's yours.
Okay. I'm also keeping an eye on the post show on Peacock, and well, we'll save that for the end. But love what I just saw on that. But anywho, let's get into this business at hand. All right, I'm gonna make a statement. I'm gonna make it now, and I'm gonna make it clear and to the point. MF, you're absolutely correct. 5-star classic. But I'm gonna take it a step further. For me, for right now, this right here is the 2025 match of the year as of right now. That's my bold statement right now. This was a brutal fight that took both men into the crowd and used everything they could find to inflict damage. The crowd was eating it up as the friends turned rivals punished each other. This was not a typical match. So it is tough. So for most people, it would be tougher for them to judge it against the rest of the card. Technical ability was not as important as how brutal every spot looked. Even without lots of blood, this felt appropriately violent. Everything they did looked convincing, and the raucous crowd added to the intense feel of the fight. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn continue to find ways to make their matches feel more and more intense over time. They elevate each other in ways others should study. They are the perfect rivals. This is one of those matches you just need to see for yourself because no recap will do it justice. As it looked like Kevin Owens was going to try to attack Sammy following the match with a package pile driver on the exposed concrete, Randy Orton's music hit. I swear, Bullock and I had an Elimination Chamber chat tonight, and I could swear we both heard a Pat McAfee like "Let's go" coming from wherever MF was at that moment. I mean, Orton took out the prize fighter with an RKO after he got to the ring. Orton lined up for the punt, but KO rolled out, and the Gestapo security guards put it in, and Kevin Owens was shown putting potential weapons into his travel bag earlier in the day, but he didn't bring anything with him. The way KO dropped Sammy across the top rope looked painful. Owens biting Sammy's face was unexpected. And the bump Sammy took through the two tables was wild. And there are not enough words to describe what we saw here tonight. It's a 5-star classic, fight of the night. And also for right now, for 2025, this is my match of the year. There's no question about that. And MF, as I give it to you, I just got to ask one question. When it comes to unsanctioned matches, did this top Triple H and Shawn from SummerSlam 2002? I mean...
man, that's tough. I gotta say no. But the brutality of this match it's up there. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you can call it better than Michaels and Triple H, but this one is up there for non-sanctioned fights, man. This is up there. I mean, I won't say it has to be at least top 5 for like non-sanctioned best type of fights we've ever seen, but my God, man, this was wild. This was crazy. This was awesome. So yeah, I would probably say Triple H and Michaels is still number 1, but this is definitely in top 5.
Yeah, because there was a little more emotion behind that one. But man alive, I mean, and like I said, this for me right now is my match of the year for 2025 as of now. So very well done, to say the very least. MF was amazing on commentary. I remember you saying there are no words at times, and then when Orton went for the punt, and the Gestapo security guards came in, and I was like, "Oh, you sons of you know what, you SOBs." Yeah, you were fuming at that moment, but don't worry, he'll get his, because I think we all know what the next step is. Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, WrestleMania. And what a match that's going to be. 5 stars, fight of the night, and my match of the year for 2025 thus far. You think it couldn't get any more insane than that? Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to break the internet. But then again, I think it's already been broken.
Yeah. Well, it's basically we're just gonna add on to the bomb that just got dropped a short while ago. Okay, so we're gonna 2-for-1 this. So we're gonna start with the Elimination Chamber match on the men's side. It was, and now this is the order that they went in: Drew McIntyre, Seth freaking Rollins, whoa, Damian Priest, Logan Paul, John Cena, CM Punk. Then the order of the elimination: Damian Priest eliminates Drew McIntyre first. Then, after a Claymore, because Drew was pissed off, he Claymores Damian Priest. Logan Paul basically picks the scraps, and Logan Paul eliminates Damian Priest. Then Logan Paul got eliminated by CM Punk. GTS, go to sleep, good night. Then Seth freaking Rollins got eliminated by CM Punk. That led John Cena and CM Punk as the final two. Before anything, CM Punk and Cena were going at it. Seth Rollins was still in the chamber. Bang! He dropped him with a curb stomp on the outside. Cena rolls in. Cena rolls Punk in. GT puts the STFU on CM Punk, and CM Punk passes out from the pain. The winner of the men's Elimination Chamber match in 32 minutes and 40 seconds, John Cena. He wins it all. So first off, let's talk about the match. And this was about 4.5 stars. I know people are going to be really pissed off at Seth Rollins for the ending of the match. Because, again, if you notice, the doorway to the chamber was open the whole time. Why was it open? Because Rollins never got out of the ring. He never got out of the chamber. He was still there. And when the moment struck, bang, lights out on CM Punk, and Anthony Florio's dream, JD from NY's dream, Jake Turner's dream, everybody that voted for CM Punk to win the chamber fight, your dreams were dashed in a moment's notice. Because the next thing you know, here comes John Cena, and Big Time John wins a match and is going to WrestleMania. He's going to be fighting against Cody Rhodes. 4.5 stars. Anthony Florio, I called it. I said it from day one. From the minute Cena vowed that he was going to win the chamber, when he entered his chamber fight, I said it. He was going to win chamber. He was going to WrestleMania. I basically dismissed all the naysayers. Everybody that was talking about CM Punk winning this chamber, and I even said it. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm going with Cena. I guess I can say I get to do a little victory lap around the yard here tonight.
I should have thought about it myself. Because remember, CM Punk has the favor. We should have taken that into consideration. At least I should have. But I'll give you your flowers, MF. You were absolutely right about this. 4.5 stars, second best fight of the night. I mean, the way this match was structured was surprising. But with so many big names, 1 or 2 eliminations were bound to feel early. Putting that aside, most of what we got here was entertaining. The various feuds that were addressed felt natural, and the way some eliminations happened set up some potential matches down the line. And there was a fun moment during this match when John Cena and CM Punk hit the Hart Foundation's Heart Attack clothesline on Seth freaking Rollins. That was a pretty fun and cool moment there. But all right, let's tie up the loose ends here. I think Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest are headed for our WrestleMania match. I think we're looking at McIntyre against Priest. Seth freaking Rollins, I still believe I think they're setting it up for it to be him against Roman Reigns. Even though Roman didn't show up tonight, they can still find a way to make that happen. Logan Paul, I have no clue what they're going to do with Logan Paul. And let's not forget, CM Punk still has the favor from Heyman. Let's not forget that. He's still got the favor from Heyman. There's no question about it. He's getting ready. He's going to invoke that thing as ASAP. No doubt about it. But the big story is John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes, the face of the company. John Cena, the original face of the company. A generational matchup. And man, oh man, what a match that's going to be, no question. And So yeah, I didn't overly think about this until after the fact. I mean, if I had thought about it sooner, I would have agreed with MF and I would have gone with Cena only because of that Punk favor. The Punk favor now is going to weigh heavily now. It's going to really sway things. So we'll see when that plays out. Could be as early as this week. I don't know. We'll see. But rest assured, Punk's catching in that favor ASAP. So 4.5 stars, second best fight of the night. Great chamber match. Outcome not in doubt. I mean, Cena was one of my top 2 choices. I should have listened to MF. You were right. I was wrong. I will admit it. And now, and let me just say one thing before we get into how this night ended. Before we do, I'm going to give you all a little disclaimer right here and right now. Whenever Michael Fletcher promises something or predicts something is going to a certain something that's going to happen after what we saw here tonight, damn it to hell, you take that SOB to the bank. Take it home.
Because then it leads us to the big moment, the decision. Cody Rhodes comes out to congratulate John Cena, and then The Rock comes out. And basically, The Rock basically asked Cody, what's the decision? Cody, and his words, he said that you cannot have my soul because I gave up my soul to the fans, to this wrestling business, to everything that I stood for years ago. Rock, you can go fuck yourself. Message sent, message received, an emphatic no by Cody Rhodes. But then, one of the most shocking moments, and I still can't believe I'm about to say this. John Cena hugs Cody in a moment of embrace. You look at the look on Cena, and Rock gives him the throat slash sign. And for the first time in 7,784 days, yes, somebody actually did make a ticker on this. 23 years, 15 months, and 8 days, John Cena turns and absolutely destroys Cody Rhodes. He is the corporate choice of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Anthony Florio, a seismic shift in the history of world wrestling entertainment.
I'm just going to start it off by saying this. MF, I believe you had this one. That's why I did that little disclaimer. When MF predicts something, regardless of what sport it is, whether it's wrestling, football, basketball, whatever, when MF makes a prediction, you take that son of a bitch to the bank. I'm sorry I doubted you. I really am. Hogan in 96, Stone Cold at WrestleMania 17. Those two pale in comparison to what we just saw here tonight. Wow. Especially with this being his final year. I mean, some were happy to see Cena turn heel after so many years, and others were unhappy to see it happen this way. As soon as it was clear John Cena was not going to leave the ring, the heel turn was telegraphed. But it still had a big impact because the veteran has been a babyface for so long. It may not make a lot of sense right now, but seeing a villainous John Cena is going to be a fun change in his final year in WWE. Michael Bullock and I were absolutely flabbergasted during our Elimination Chamber chat. We couldn't believe it. I mean, we were both shaken by this. I was so shaken at one point I couldn't even move. But obviously I was able to move to get on here. But there was at one point I was shaken and pretty much scared stiff. I mean, fans have been waiting so long for this moment. And I never in my wildest dreams did they ever think they would do this. And we all thought that it was going to be CM Punk that was going to sell his soul to The Rock. It was not CM Punk. It was John Cena. MF, you remember on the Cerebral Smack Talk, not last night, the week before, MF first put out the theory. I bought into it. But then another content creator made a convincing argument for CM Punk, and I took his bait. I took his bait because I thought that was more likely. Michael Bullock thought it was more likely. Michael Bullock was like, there's no way they're turning Cena heel in his final year. Ladies and gentlemen, they just did that here tonight. And you said it, MF. This is Hulk Hogan at Bash at the Beach, 1996. When he dropped the leg, when he did the leg drop on the Macho Man Randy Savage, and siding with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, being the third man and forming the NWO. This is also Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon at the end of WrestleMania 17. Did you see and hear how shaken up Michael Cole was? Michael Cole. We know the history of Michael Cole and John Cena. Michael Cole was disappointed beyond words. He threw down his headset in frustration, and then he went into the ring to check on Cody Rhodes. And Wade Barrett and Pat McAfee also went into the ring as well. And then Cody Rhodes left side by side with Michael Cole and Wade Barrett, with Pat McAfee trailing them right behind. This is a moment that is going to be talked about till the end of time. The Hogan turn was one thing. The Stone Cold turn was one thing. But this, honest to goodness, it makes those two turns go over like a wet fart in church. The significance of this. You think of everything that John Cena has done. All those Make-A-Wish wishes for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Everything he's ever done for the kids. And just how beloved that he was. I don't know when we're going to get the explanation from this. I don't know if we're going to get something out of this on Monday night in Buffalo, or if they push this thing to Friday night in the Philadelphia. I mean, but make no mistake about this. This is going to go down. I believe this will go down as the most shocking heel turn in the history of professional wrestling. This is bigger than Hogan. This is bigger than Austin. This is like I said. This is going to be talked about, and not just for years to come. MF. This is going to be talked about till the end of freaking time. Think about it. Man, oh man, alive. And a lot of streamers, they don't know what they saw. They can't believe it. And there's one streamer in particular who is the biggest John Cena fan there is. Luigi PS3.
That's her boo. And she always used to call John Cena her boo. And I just saw it. I just saw her reaction. Dude, she looks like she's shooken up, man. She looks like she cried. She Like you could see her in her face, man. It looks like she legitimately was crying. I think she's floored right now. I think I think that's the biggest thing. I think all of us kind of we're like, nah, there's no way. Maybe, who knows? But the thing was, the last couple of years, Cena was hinting that he would love to have been a heel at some point in his career.
Going
And
into WrestleMania 28.
yeah,
because I remember he did. I believe he was doing it. I think the interview he did that with was with, I believe it was with Chris Van Vliet. I want to say it was him, and he said that the closest before tonight, the closest he ever came to turning heel was the WrestleMania program with The Rock at WrestleMania 28.
yep.
Now that this has happened, the people that have been begging for this, they are literally, not only figuratively, but literally jizzing themselves right now.
Oh yeah,
They're like, oh my God, I never
it
thought I'd
happened.
see the day.
It has happened. Yeah,
That every single person that has ever pushed for John Cena to turn heel, the minute he hit that low blow on Cody, they immediately jizzed themselves, literally on the spot.
and you remember my commentary? I was like, "What the God?"
No. What we did when he hit the low blow, we all did the Corey and Sean, and then MF just yells out, "Cena!"
Yep.
You shriek. Remember, I mean, this was the most shocking and emotional ending to a PLE probably since Sami Zayn attacked Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble 2023. But this was even bigger. That now is a wet fart in church, honestly, compared to this. I mean, when Sammy turned on Roman, when he hit Roman with that chair, MF screamed out, "Sammy!" And I just went, "Oh my God," under my breath, like, "Oh my God." And we did the exact same thing tonight. Cena hits the low blow, the biggest Corey and Sean, and MF just yells out, "Cena!"
Yep.
And I just said, and instead of saying, "Oh my God," I actually just said something different. I said, "Holy hell."
Yep.
And then after a few minutes went by, you just said, you did your legendary, "What is the meaning of this?"
Yep.
And I said, I'll tell you what the meaning of this is. John Cena has betrayed WWE.
Yeah. And think about it, man. And actually, I made a mistake. It's 7,786 days, 21 years, 3 months, and 23 days. John Cena as a babyface in WWE.
Amazing. Absolutely. It was just before the 2003 Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Cena hasn't been a heel since November of 2003. And
are you ready?
Born ready.
Are you all ready for a heel John Cena? And he started it during the press conference. Anthony, I know you were watching it.
Yes.
Cena went to the mic, grabbed the mic, dropped it, and walked out. Whew. Boy, Cena, you got more questions now than ever before. And we want some answers.
When are we going to get those answers?
I don't know. We'll find out soon enough.
He's scheduled for those international Raws coming up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if we have to wait until, I hope we don't have to wait until then. I hope it's before that.
Yeah.
You know what?
Because you got to start, because you kind of have to start promoting for WrestleMania now. So, would you think maybe Monday night?
I got a perfect idea. If it's not this week, if you don't have him on this week, I got the perfect place for him to do it. March 10th, Monday Night Raw on Netflix, Madison Square Garden.
Oh, yeah.
Book
New
it.
York.
Book
I
it.
can see it.
Book it. Book it now. If it's not this week, that is. Holy hell. The most.
Welcome to the road to WrestleMania, bro. We said it was going to be the wildest and craziest ever. I don't think we thought this was going to happen. Oh, my God.
That's for you, my man. That's for you. I'm giving you your flowers.
Thank you,
And you
man.
know what? I'm going to take it a step further. I am not worthy. I am not worthy. You came up with this crazy idea 8 nights ago on the Cerebral Smack Talk. I went along with it. I should have listened. I should have stayed with you. I regret listening to that other theory. I was so hooked. But now, in all seriousness, it's Cena versus Cody for now. But don't forget, CM Punk still got that favor.
He does. He does. And I honestly think it's coming in. I think that favor's coming into play. I think we might get a triple threat for the title. I really do. I honestly think so.
Absolutely. I can definitely see it now. But ladies and gentlemen, remember where you were on March 1st, 2025, all around the world, where we saw the most shocking heel turn in the history of professional wrestling. Eons bigger than Stone Cold and Vince at WrestleMania 17. I always thought until the end of time that the biggest heel turn in the history of the business was Hogan in 96. Nope, this just trumped it. This absolutely trumped it and then some. So, oh my God. The road to wrestling, we hadn't had much excitement going into this, but after all of this, get us to Buffalo, get us to Philly now. That is it. So the road to WrestleMania has just started. And MF, I give you your flowers. You absolutely nailed this. Wow. I don't know what else there is to say. MF, you had this one. You were right. I was wrong. I'll eat the humble pie and like it. And you deserve your flowers. And like I said, for one last time, people, when you watch this show, whenever good old MF Michael Fletcher predicts something's going to happen, take that son of a bitch to the effing bank. Go.
All right. And with that said, Anthony, why don't you come on one more time because it's time for the overall review. What did you think?
Oh, man. This will go down as one of the greatest PLEs of the Triple H era. I mean, we thought Royal Rumble was amazing. This was just as amazing. I could honestly go the same route. I could honestly go 9.5 to 10, honestly. The most talked about moment coming out of this event is going to be John Cena's shocking heel turn. But it was also a great show as a whole. Both Elimination Chamber matches were enjoyable and had winners that felt right given the stories being told. But one thing stood out above everything else. Wonder what that could be. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens put on an instant classic that adds another chapter to their 20-year story. It was as fun as it was violent, which is exactly what it needed to be. Jade Cargill attacking Naomi was another memorable moment, but that won't be important until Jade elaborates on why she did it. Amazing show from top to bottom. It's going to keep fans talking this week and beyond, so it accomplished its goal of making WrestleMania 41 more intriguing. Absolutely well done. 9.5 to a perfect 10 with a heel turn that will be talked about until the end of freaking time. I don't know what else there is to say. Take us home, MF.
Yeah, this is 9.5. I mean, there's nothing more to say. Tonight was a historic night in wrestling. Um, yeah, there's really nothing more to add. Anthony Floyo, thank you as usual. You have been unbelievable tonight. And guys, we're out of here. So on Tuesday night, we do it all over again with another edition of Ridiculously Raw. Anthony Floyo will have Monday Night Raw and NXT. And we will see you all then. So have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Goodbye.